There we go. Now we got some audio. All right. How many people we got in here? Only one or two so far. So, make sure you can see my face. We're going live here in the shop. This is something that I personally have never done before. It's going to be a little interesting because it's kind of a struggle sometimes when you're trying to work on something and then also film and then whatever. But I figured go live for you guys because it's something that we've done very, very minimally here on this channel. But we're going to go live. We're here with our 78 Dodge D200. It's my grandfather's truck, custom ordered, brand new in 1978. He unfortunately passed away a few years after owning the truck, but the truck stayed in the family for all these years, and now, you know, it's mine. So we got the fuel tank dropped out of it. We did that yesterday. This truck's been having a constant issue with runnability as far as driving it around town. It would run and drive for maybe 20 to 30 miles, and then I'd have to put another fuel filter in it. If you guys have been kind of following along with this truck on the channel, you guys will know that that's been an issue. Found our culprit of the issue. It's our fuel pump sending unit here. This thing has completely rotted out and corroded completely. It's completely garbage. Like, look at the float. The float has completely gave up on life. And then also one of the issues that we had is the fuel gauge in the truck always used to work, but this hole right here is where the actual plug would be for it. That completely rotted out and is gone now. So basically what we got going on here is we got this out. I got to get my new fuel pump sending unit in the truck, and we also have to clean this tank out. So I'm going to be cleaning this tank out with you guys here today, and figure I'd give you a little bit of behind the scenes on what we got going on here in the shop, and gives me an opportunity just to kind of meet and hang out with you guys. So I'm excited to do that. I guess we might as well dive into seeing what we got going on with this tank. After I pick some garbage up here, get myself a little organized. I guess I can actually grab the light here. I'll get you in, show you what we got inside the tank going on here. Oh, there's a lot of crud inside this tank. Let me come grab you and bring you in. Oh, so got the light in our tank here. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. All that garbage needs to come out. So we'll be seeing how we can clean that out. I want to get most of the fuel out of it, and then I'm wondering if maybe I can stick the vacuum in there and try to suck some of that out. I'll probably also drop that guy off, and we'll see what happens as far as that. There is a bunch of fuel left in there yet too that we're gonna have to get out. And then I also do, yesterday, unfortunately, I didn't want to do it this way, but our 3 of our screws were just stuck in there, so unfortunately I had to drill them and cut them out. I do need to pull them back out and get on that with a vice grip and see if we can just twist them out of it, and yeah, then start cleaning this thing out. So let me get you on. I got my smaller tripod here somewhere, if I can remember where on earth I put it. Oh, it's right here. All right, get you guys set up here. Oh. All right. Hoping I can just grab these and pull these out. That might be a little more daunting than I initially anticipated. Yeah, no, that's not happy. I'll have to figure something else out for that. Let's get this fuel filler neck off of it, so at least I have 2 access holes inside the tank. Put you back in there. Let's see, what size is that going to be? 8mm or something like that. That clamp's probably going to break right off too. 8mm, sure. I think that's the right size. Where I put that penetrant foil from yesterday. This place is a mess. I gotta clean it up here at some point. It was under the truck the last time I remember. Oh, I don't see it now though. I'll throw that on the charger. Did you see my penetrant oil, Bob? Did you take it? Did you grab it? WD-40 will work the same, I guess, for now. Not that I necessarily need to save this clip, but I will try to hope the can wasn't messed up. Now, what's going on with our button? I need you to work right now. There we go. Well, that one's a little bit of a leaker. Just get that clamp off. Oh, surprisingly, it's turning. Slipping off. Retighten that. Gentle. Trying to do my best to not totally blow this clamp apart. So I'm slowly loosening it and then tightening it back up a little bit to try to work all the crud off the threads. Like I said, I should just throw a new one on it. But if this one wants to pull off completely, I'd be okay with that. just so I don't lose this screw, because I know how it usually works. I set stuff off to the side in pieces, and then I end up losing it all. Alright. Screws off the top of this. We'll see how hard we gotta work to get the fuel filler nut off of it. Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to clean that as well. That's gonna be a nightmare trying to get those screws off. Here, I'll bring you in and show you what we're looking at here. So, I'm a little displeased. I mean, I should have seen it coming, but that's the inside of the filler neck. That's nothing but rust too, so we're gonna have to pull that and try to clean that as well. The only thing I'm worried about is I think we're gonna have the same issue as I did with the sending unit as these. These screws are just buried. So what I was doing before, I was taking a pick and cleaning up inside where the, you know, your Phillips screwdriver would go, but some of them were just so stuck in there that I ended up unfortunately having to drill some of those out. The only problem though is that once you drill them out, they're gonna be a pain in the butt to get them fully out, which is kind of why I was really hoping to just be able to find a replacement tank, but they don't make them, at least not that I found. So we kind of gotta run what we brung, and unfortunately that means you know, having to figure something out. So we'll see how it goes. These are bad. These ones are worse than those screws. I can't even dig with it. That's going to be interesting. So the best way for fuel to come out of it is that top there. I got that. Oh, I should almost grab my big funnel. Should crap off top of it too. Let me go grab a fuel jug. We'll get all the fuel out of it. Get past you, Bubba. Come on back. Hey. Come here. Braxton, come here, Bubba. Come on. Come on. You're letting all the heat out. Hopefully that will catch and retain most of that fuel. And this ought to be interesting how I'm gonna. Oh, that didn't sound good. This is about to be executed very, very poorly. How much fuel's left in it? They ask a lot. Oh, Lord. Oh, come here. Okay. All right, we need to be smarter with this. This is not going to work. Trying to think how I can get. Oh. Where's the electric pump when you need it? I ain't got one. I do have a drill operated pump. I just don't think I have any line that will fit. Come on, get in here. All the way. All the way. I'll have to try to use this pump to get most of it out of it. Instead of trying to, you know, sit there and juggle it. Where is our cutters? That much of a give or take. I think it's massive. Get my actual hose cutters for that to make that hose a little shorter. That can be one end of it. Let's see, that's the end. Okay. So that guy can slide down in that. And then I need another section of hose. Trying to think where I have another section of hose that'll work for that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a block to get all the fuel to this side of it. We'll try to suck most of it out of there if we can. I just need another hose to go on the end of this pump. You think I'd be smart and just get an electric pump or something, but Nope. Nope, we did not do that, so we'll have to run what we've rung and see what I got laying around. That'll work for that. Need another section of hose pipe. Come on, get in here. Hurry it up. I don't know where my other section of hose went. Oh. Must have been in the box, maybe. Thought it might be all due for now. We'll see. Just utilize one of these. Might not be the prettiest, but it might work. For now, and that's all. I'll have another one much straighter than that. And then where did I put the drill? Oh, I need more room in here. Make that work? Sure. Sure. It's leaking. Very nice. It'd be nicer if I had the other hose on it, so I wasn't just dumping it on the floor, but. I'm getting way too much of this on. What if I just took my chances with the bucket? Don't anybody light a match. Oh, I wish I had something a little more suitable to do that with, but what do we got? How much more we got in here? Oh, that is the majority of it. Wow, there's so much crud in this tank. Oh man, that is going to be interesting trying to get all of that out of there. Oof. There's about 3 or 4 gallons left in that tank. I'm going to grab one of my magnets. I'll start fishing my magnet down, see how much junk we can pull out of it. I'll come bring you guys in. Oh, this magnet is not going to be long enough, is it? Oh, this is actually rotted through. Ah, man. I didn't see that till now. Our filler neck, probably somewhere down in here, is actually rotted through. That's good for it, I'm sure. There's a bunch rammed up in the corner. Yeah, so we do some more. This magnet doesn't even want to touch the bigger chunks. Oh, I don't know if I have a bigger one. Make this a little easier. Plug it in there. New idea. We're gonna see how much of it we can shop back out. I might have to adapt this down a little bit to get it to fit in there. This won't fit right in it. Oh, it will. Nice. Love it when a plan comes together. I'm gonna do you guys a solid and mute the audio in the stream here, so you don't have to listen to the vacuum whine. hopefully you'll appreciate that. We'll be back momentarily. All right. That kind of worked. The hardest problem that I'm having is there's a bunch up in this top corner that's still hanging in there, and then there's a bunch down here because that's where all the fuel sloshed. So I know it's just going to be a lot of rinsed and retained the one spot. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff down at the bottom of that yet. And this is the stuff that just takes so much time, because when you're trying to reuse this old stuff, it's not as easy and straightforward as just, you know, install a new tank and be done with it. See if I can get good. All the big chunks should be down here now. Yeah. The only problem is though they're all in that back corner. Well, it would make this super easy if I could just get that off and get right in there, but I'm just worried that getting in there will not be easy because of how rotted these screws are. Wow. Yeah, a lot of them are pretty bad. At the same time too though, I should almost just replace the filler neck section. I'll bring it back in now that it cleaned itself up a little bit. You can see that it's fully rotted out. Oh, come on, light. Yeah, it's fully rotted out now, so as much as I didn't want to, I think we're gonna be pulling pulling it right out and just replacing it. But otherwise, the tank's actually, besides those little specks, which we'll just have to keep rinsing it. But I don't know if I can get the light in there far enough for you guys to really see. Yeah, so like I said, we'll just have to keep working at it. At least all the big chunks are down here now, which makes things a little better. Like I said, I'll just have to keep working at it. So real question is, let me grab the pick, screwdriver. Maybe, just maybe we can get some of them screws out. Probably not. Let's see. Really like that one. Or that one too, I guess. Really don't want to drill these out, but I might not have much of a choice. That one's completely rotted. This one might have a chance. I'm just trying to clean out the hex side of the screw here, so I have a better chance and a better bite with the screwdriver. So hopefully I actually have an attempt. See what happens, I guess, huh? That one's already not. Nope, starting around it. That one just don't fit in there nicely either. Nope. 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 That one doesn't even have a prayer. Let me grab a different screwdriver with a little bit of a different tip on it. It's like a number 2 Phillips, but for how rotted they are, it's kind of indecisive on what size it truly wants to be. Let me step up the screwdriver size a little bit. Come on, can one of you just come out for me? Nope. Man, I really don't want to drill these because I know it's going to be a nightmare just like those ones were. But I kind of don't, unfortunately, see another way out of it. I can sit here and waste all day trying to clean the head of these screws out, but it's just, I don't think we're gonna have it happen, boys and ladies. No, I'm not trying to leave you out. Yeah, I don't think we're getting any of these. Well, I really didn't want to do this, but I think this is unfortunately where we're at. That would be the right size for that, correct? Give or take, yeah. Really don't want to drill these out, but like I said, you know what, we will start. I'll start with the crappiest one first. Sure, it's true on that part. So the other thing that I gotta be, you know, cautious of too is that for the way these go in, the head drops in, but I don't want to drill through the tank as well, like any other part of the plastic tank. So I'm just gonna try to go nice and slow here. Still pretty centered on it. And then I'll just have to come in with a bigger bit to take the head of it out. Grab a bigger bit size. Let's see, which one are we gonna need here? That one get us pretty close. So I got rid of most of the heads. I'll have to go around with the bigger bit just to clean off the heads, and then I might go back to that smaller bit just to drop the metal of the screw down, just so it's down past this, you know, your flange here where it mounts. So we'll step up here, and that will just clear the rest of the head out of the way and clean that up. Like I said, I really wish I didn't have to drill these, but I really don't see any other way that this was going to happen otherwise, for how bad those screw heads were. So the head should be pretty much just about cleaned off now. Go ahead with mounts back down to one of our smaller bits. Get a little smaller than that. Yeah, that should suffice. grab a flathead screwdriver, see if we can work under that flange, get that to pop back up over it. And we'll hopefully successfully have that off. I don't want to pry on it too hard and risk breaking the tank. There we go. Here goes the other one. See if we can. Yeah, that was junk. And then the hardest part is going to be getting all those screws out, but we'll cross that bridge when it's time to cross it. But at least we have access now. And that had to be replaced anyway, so. These ones actually worked out nice. There actually might be enough sticking up yet to get a pair of vice grips on them and just spin them out. Because I'd really rather not have to drill down through the center of it because it's so tough, because it's such a small threaded hole that you'd have to send such a small enough bit through, and then you probably have to rechase it, rethread it, and that's just not something that I'm looking to do. And plus these are just like, the way the plastic's molded, it's just a little insert that basically when the plastic was hot, it was kind of pressed in there, and then it seals in that way. And that's how it kind of retains itself, so just have to be very delicate on the removal of all of them. And like I said, hopefully we can just get on these and pull these out. If I really have to, I don't know if that's, if I get all the fuel out of it, see, I think that's too small of an area. I was almost thinking if I could almost like tack weld, you know, another bolt that's a little higher up here around it and get in that way. I do have a bit extractor kit too that maybe we'll have to try to, maybe we can try to utilize that to help pull these out. But now that that's pulled, where did I put the flashlight? I said, oh, it's on the toolbox. So, how's your guys' day going? You guys having a good day? Living the dream? Nightmares or dreams too? Is that right? Well, that gives us a lot of access, though. That's nice. like I said, all that crud is right there, so I should just be able to stick the vacuum in and suck it out that way. What do we got going on down this way? Do we still have anything? No, besides a bunch of little chunks, which isn't, I mean, we want them all out of there, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's get some of this stuff cleaned up here. Try to get some of this stuff back up on the box so I don't lose it, because I have a really good way of just losing everything. You set it down and it, you know, gets put everywhere, and you know how it goes. Oh, let's see. I guess I will. I'm gonna put the vacuum back down in there. I'll once again mute you guys so you don't have to listen to the vacuum whine. All right, I'm back. That got a majority of it out here. While I'm here, I'll bring you guys in. Let's see what we kind of got going on here. See if I can get the light in far enough. I don't know if you guys can quite see it or not. Unfortunately, yeah, you kind of can. Bottom left corner there. There is a good amount of buildup. If I can kind of swing you around, but most of the big heavy stuff is fortunately out of it, which is nice. That's what we wanted to accomplish. So I guess we're doing pretty okay. So I guess the next step would probably be I'd have to work on getting these screws out. And then honestly, the biggest thing is I haven't decided if I want to use the old gas, or I really don't necessarily want to use water, but as long as the inside of the tank dries, it'd be okay. And at least with using water on a plastic tank, I'm not worried about it rusting up the inside of the tank any worse than it already is. So hypothetically, I could probably get away with, you know, I have a wash station in the bathroom, and basically I'll just probably take my hose and just kind of, you know, put it in here and kind of just rinse it out and keep washing it down, and then flipping it over and getting most of the water out the top here. And then we just have to let it dry. And I could do my best to try to dry it up with a rag or whatever, but there's gonna be a lot of spots, like from, you know, here up, we're not gonna be able to touch any of that as far as drying it. So letting it sit out, you know, in a warm space for a few days, making sure that it's fully dried out, is probably gonna be our best bet. But it seems, and I mean, you can tell me if I'm thinking a little backwards here, but I'm thinking that using water is going to be a little bit better than using fuel. Now that I got all the fuel out of here, I really don't want to put any more in it. But then I'm also going to have to sit down here and order up a new one of those guys. And then I still have to order up the fuel sending unit too. I wanted to drop everything out of it first to see what I had to order up. So basically we'll have to get another one of these, and then obviously the fuel sending unit. That thing is trash. For any of you guys that weren't here in the beginning when I was showing that off, that's what our fuel sending unit looked like. So you can imagine what the rest of the tank looked like. But yep, I guess I get to sit down and order up both of them and see if we have them in stock, and then pretty much take it from there. I got to get those screws out of that yet. Let me see. I'm gonna take a second here on my tablet and see. As far as everything I was gonna order up is gonna be off of LMC truck, I believe. That just seemed like the best place to get the parts. The fuel sending unit is like $80 though. It's like, man, that seems a little steep, but I mean, hey, gotta pay to play, right? So let me pull up everything here and see what we got as far as, or was it on my phone that I had everything pulled up? Might have been that. Yeah, I did. Oh well. So on LMC truck here. Fuel system. Yep, we need everything. Reorder it all. Brand new. It's all junk. I don't know how many of you guys have been on LMC truck, but does it seem like the site's just a little weird to use? Maybe it's just I'm not used to it. Let's select that. What do we got here? Components. Want to load? There we go. Yeah, so as far as in the tank, the only one that they offer that I've seen has been this tank that's for behind the seat of the cab. So, because like I said, I know it's dumb. I know it's easy enough to clean that plastic tank out, but sometimes it's just not worth the time messing with it. Then plus two, now I gotta pull those screws out because those screws were crustified in there how hard. So that kind of makes things a little interesting. But let's bounce back out of this and see what sending unit we got. Where's that? There's the sending units. Performer intake manifold. Should order one up like immediately. We'll just rebuild the whole engine while we're here too. And while we're at it, we'll just throw a new cab on this pile of garbage. Yeah, so here's what I'm seeing as far as the fuel sending units. You guys can tell me if I'm mistaken or not, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that we need. And that one is, let's see, bed mounted gas tank, $79.95. Woo, damn. Yeah, that's a little steep for a sending unit, but it's a Mopar. Everything costs more for whatever unknown reason. Side B, let's see, 78 to 70 or 76 to 79 for bed mounted gas tank. For bed mounted gas tank. You mean frame mounted gas tank? Hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, we need that. And then, do they make it? God, I hope they do, because if they don't, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Oh boy. I'm not seeing the filler neck spout. Yeah, because that one's for the behind the seat mounted tank. Yeesh. Oh my god, that's just a new cap. We could order straps for it if we really had to. Oh boy. I am not seeing... Come on now, don't do me dirty like that. Although I have that spare gas tank, I think, right? For the other truck. I might be able to... I wonder if that one has one. I'm going to fight the same issues, though, with the screws. But that tank doesn't necessarily matter. I can't remember if that tank's still in that truck or not. I'd have to go out there and look. Yeah, I'm not seeing the filler neck, unfortunately, which is kind of a big part of that. Let's see if they just have it listed, but they just don't show a photo for it. 3, filler pipe. Yeah, no, it's not in there. Man, that's going to really stink if I can't get another one of them because, like, I mean, that one's just so bad, there's no fixing that, I don't think. Yeah, no, that's that whole thing. That does slide on it. Does that? Not like it matters at this point. We'll drop that off of it. That actually might come out of the center of that. Does it? If I gotta reuse it, I will. That gasket kind of came off in one piece. Wow, is this crustified? That lip's welded, but does that... Yeah, like I'm going to turn that by hand. Yeah, Robert, okay. You know what I might be able to do if I really, really had to? It would take a lot of time, but I might actually be able to get in here and work all of this out of it. And then I probably have another tube that I could stick in. I just have to get rough dimensions off of, you know, the end of it here and what would go into the tank. But I might be able to just take another one and slip that right in if I can't find another one. So that might not be the worst idea. I guess I can rebend that back since I tweaked that a little bit. that's brand new, buddy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder where I put those tubes. Give me a minute. I'm going to look under my bench because all the leftover scraps that I have and stuff, I usually tend to just eat them under the bench here. And then when I need them, I get down on my hands and knees like an idiot and scrounge for them. Yeah, it might be over there somewhere. But yeah, I should have another tube. So if we really have to, I can probably try to knock the center out of this and just reutilize the top. So we can't find replacement stuff. That's unfortunately what I'm going to have to do for that. I will scour a little more just to make sure I didn't miss it. And maybe we'll do a search off of LMC. But LMC seemed to be the only place that I could actually find this stuff. So, and it's one of those things I was going to pre-order some stuff so it was already here so I could already just throw it all back in. But I didn't do that because I wanted it all apart, you know, cleaned up, ready to go. And then I knew going forward exactly what I needed. So I wasn't ordering the wrong stuff because I have a tendency to do that all the time. The amount of times I've ordered parts thinking that it was the right stuff and then it turned out not to be. It does get a little aggravating. Yeah, 1, 2. So that should be the right sending unit at least for it. So I'll at least order that off of LMC. And then, like I said, we'll have to see as far as the that neck, if I can get another one, which again, if I can't, it's not a big deal. I'll make something else work, but it would just be really cool if they had it, because I'd rather just put new stuff in it and not necessarily mess around. Edelbrock Performer Carburetor. Holley Sniper 2 kit. Oh yeah. We'll just really deck this thing out while we're in here. Because actually funny, I was looking and I think I did find what would be a replacement plastic tank for that one. And I think it was on Summit, but it was like one of the Holley kits and the fuel tank was like $500. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, I'll clean that one out and reuse that one before I spend $500 on a plastic tank. And the worst part is, I was kind of looking too if I wanted to utilize like a different tank, because I think I have 2 or 3 extra 16-gallon tanks out of a square body, and just the way that those straps are with that and kind of the fitment of it, and then you'd have to fight with the fuel neck and all that kind of stuff. I don't think it would work the way I'd imagined it working. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything as far as a replacement on that. Let's check somewhere else just to make sure. Let's see. I'll check something. Fuel tank. What would you even call that? The inlet, like the fuel. Sure. See what comes up. OER restoration parts. Those are all filler necks. Billet aluminum. Damn. That's too fancy for this. That's for the gas cap though. That's not. Fuel tank. Those are just gaskets though. And none of those are even close to being the right ones. Fuel level. Do they have sending units that are the right ones? If they have the right sending unit, these are way cheaper. None of them kind of look right though. Fuel tank. Let's see, Classic Industries. Let's see what they got. See if they got anything that I need. Fuel system. Yes. Fuel caps, doors, tank hardware, fuel pumps, fuel tanks. Fuel tank hardware. That gasket might be the right gasket. That's a 6-hole gasket, right? Yeah. So I could order up new gaskets if I wanted to, which I most definitely will. But unfortunately, I do not see. I don't see a new one of those, so we might have to reuse that old one. I'll spend more time on it later. I won't bore you guys to death with me standing here just staring at a tablet all day like an iPad kid. But yeah, so I think my game plan going forward here, at least what I'm seeing right now, is we'll order up that new fuel sending unit, and then I'll have to see if I can somehow work that out of there, which that might be a possibility. Maybe we can do that while we're standing around here. Get all the crustiness taken off, but I might be able to see where it actually that might work. If I take a punch, I think if I slowly work this whole edge down after I clean off all this rust, I might be able to get that to hopefully pop out of there. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't come off. Cue that up in place here. I guess I'll bring you guys over here. Don't mind the workbench. It's a disaster. I know, you don't gotta tell me. But we're just kind of in the middle here. You know how it goes. I'm always in the middle of a million projects. Trying to sort through all that. We should set this here for now. And we'll bring you in here to see if I can work on that a little bit. I think I can, if I do it delicately. The key word is delicately, and unfortunately, anyone who knows me knows that I do not have much patience at times, so we'll try to do this the somewhat right way. Or if I can call that. Yeah, it looks like maybe I should get a punch that's not as sharp. I don't want to cut anything up. Try our flat one here. See if maybe I can work that in. Looks like there's hope. Yeah, it definitely separates. It's just rotted from being in the truck for the past 40, 50 years. It's kind of getting torn up a little bit. Let me grab the other punch back out. Maybe we'll go with this smaller one here. Wondering if we can work it down in that groove. Yep, because that's what I wanted to do with that. There it goes. So that side's officially apart. How is that? Oh, okay, so it's not connected then. That's interesting. See if I can try to get some of this junk out of here so I can actually get a better look at it without cutting the heck out of my fingers. Yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like it isn't one whole pipe. So I mean, I guess necessarily if I didn't want to, I guess I could per se put this back in, because, and it would work for filling it, but it is nice to have that, you know, well, probably an inch and a half that goes into the tank. So if I really had to reutilize this, I might not necessarily even have to put another pipe in here. But if I have the right size one and I can kind of make it fit, and even if I came in here and just tacked it on both sides so it never had a chance to fall back in, I'd probably live with that. Let's see, now that we have some of this stuff cleared out of the way, let's see if I can just mow through getting the rest of this apart. There's the air chisel when you need it. Yeah, that was all just molded into that. So. Let's turn that device. It's actually coming apart way better than I had anticipated. Okay. Well, there's that. Get these in the garbage can. Where did I put the garbage can? So yeah, where did I put that at? And so it's kind of molded in there. A little weird, but pretty much it's just kind of pressed in. So I'm thinking the rest of that should come out, right? Or is that all kind of... I don't want to mess with this. I feel like this should come off because it looks like it's just pressed in there on that groove. I don't want to mess with that just in case I screw it up and then ruin it. It's not what I'm looking to do here, but I think I can probably get in here and clean this up a lot better. And then I'm wondering if I can get find out where I put my other tubes and press the new one in here. And basically, if it's got a lip like this one does, there's a groove in here. I don't know if you guys can see that in the light or not. There you go. That lip right there, I might be able to get another one and just kind of press it in. And then, you know, cut it flat so it only sticks down in the tank as much as that one did. Which, I guess while we're speaking of that, what were my dimensions for that guy, give or take? Probably 1.5 inches. Something like that. I don't know, a little more than that, like 2.5 inches. So if I can get a piece, oh, come on, work with me here, and come out 2.5. Yeah, I think that's doable. And the only thing that I'm gonna have to think about as far as it goes for in here is if I do get it to pop in, how do I retain it? And I think that if I cleaned all this up, you know, if the edge of the pipe was sitting in here, might be able to get the welder in there and just tack it on a few sides. So that way I don't have to worry. Basically what I'm worried about here is if, you know, say this was our new pipe and I had that pressed in, I don't want to worry about that falling off and falling into the tank, because that could probably, you know, get itself involved with some other stuff and just ruin a lot of stuff. So if I have that in there and it's pressed in good, I wonder if I can get in there. Yeah, I should be able to get in there and just tack it across, just keep it in place. And then if I really wanted to too, what I can do is on the bottom here, just lay a little bead. I don't have to do a bead all the way around. That just doesn't make much sense. I mean, I could if I wanted to. But what I'm thinking is if I have the new section just in there, just weld the tack here, here, like maybe just, you know, both sides, 4 corners, I don't know, something like that. But I guess, with that being said, I should see if I can clean this up a little bit better. I wonder if I got something for that. Where's the glass? I'm gonna have to go into the engine room and grab a little grinder, and we'll clean that up a little bit. Almost where I wish I had something a little more better than that. I don't know if I have anything. What do I got here? I guess I could run that just to try to clean that up a little bit, but I really don't have anything as far as utilize. I can utilize that. I wish I had a little die grinder, but I don't. So I'm thinking I can use this little cheap tip that I got and put it on the drill and maybe utilize that to try to get in there and take away that edge. Where I put the drill. Yeah, that could probably work. Get rid of this. Yeah, and like I said, we can just send that wherever if I can find my other filler neck pipe that I got. Nope, killed that battery. Just about wasted that. I think that would be pretty feasible to do there. I just have to work. I'll have to work that out of it because that's a little ugly, but I think that should work pretty good. I'll have to see if I can clean the rest of that out. It's not going to really hold it that well, is it? I guess it should work good enough. Is that going to be too big? Yes, of course it is. Do I have the smaller one? Oh, I do. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good day in the shop when you're breathing in rust. All right. Whew. Yeah. We're gonna have this thing brand spanking new by the time we're done. Yeah, worked out a little bit of an edge out of it, and I think we're back in business. Oh, that might have been one. I'm trying to look at it to see if it was all one piece of pipe or not. Looks like it should be. Because then if that's the case, then you almost could get away with knocking that out. I gotta see where my other filler neck is though, because that's gonna tell me whether or not I can actually do that. So I'm gonna move you guys out of the way for a hot sec. You can stare at that 318 that makes a whole 5 horsepower. Oh, I know I had it. Where's my light? Oh, there it is. You know, it's crazy. I know for a fact. I'm looking for another section of filler neck that I got, and I literally saw it a week or two ago. But I guess when you have 6 different vehicles in here and you're throwing everything around, you kind of lose track of stuff. I'm really hoping I didn't just throw it out. It's unlike me to throw anything out, so I should have it somewhere. But probably a week or two ago, I came into the shop and just nothing was pulled in here, and I said, you know what, I need to clean this thing. And I remember I just threw a bunch of stuff out. Hopefully that filler neck wasn't part of it. That's a square body filler neck. That won't help me none. I swore I just saw it too. Oh, this stuff drives me nuts. Oh, man. All right, well, I won't waste too much more time looking for it, but I think that's probably going to be a dang good place to end this one off. I'll spend some more time searching for it off camera here if I can. But all right, I think that's where we're gonna end off here. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. A lot of work left to do. Hopefully in the next, I don't know, depending on how our upload schedule's looking, probably be seeing this video maybe within the next month or two. You should actually see it in the next 2 months at least. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you had fun watching me lose my mind here in the shop. If you guys like this, I guess let me know. We can try to do some more of these. And it's fun having you guys kind of come along and be a part of what we're actually doing here when we're actually wrenching on stuff in the shop instead of just seeing a, you know, cleanly edited video. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Bony Revivals. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider doing that. If you like what we're doing around here, I would definitely appreciate it. But we'll catch you guys later. Take care.